And that's the pastor. The pastor. I remember your CCP days, though. I remember those days. Like, we knew there were certain areas we didn't walk by, you know. I'm glad I knew you back in the day. That's all I'm going to say, yes. Listen, the middle table in the back, you're making a lot of noise. Dr. Chris Irvin, Dwayne, you guys keep it down when the people are talking. Who's that? All the Neos back there, please, keep it down. Chris, thank you. Show some respect. Before I get the pastor to chase you back down to Fifth Ave. They don't even know about Fifth Ave. They probably come out Triangle Village or something. They don't. Yeah.
That was the suburbs.
Yes. You got rich if you live in Brooklyn. Anybody know what the incinerator is? Anybody know what the incinerator is in the Alabama projects? CCP, incinerators, anybody know what that is? Some people looking like, what's an incinerator?
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. They have to come back. Yes, but on the note of Ebony and his heroics, and it made me think of it, when Ebony moved to the towers, an apartment was on fire. And some people remember this. Ebony climbed across the balcony and saved somebody's life then. And I remember him telling me the story, and it was in the newspaper. He climbed across if you know how the towers are, like that is not an easy climb. And Ebony lived up there. And I don't know what floor was you on, Ebony, in the towers. He was up there. But he saved somebody's life back then. And I remember telling him then, I said, only God can put you in that position to save somebody's life. And that's who he is. Somebody who will save somebody's life and willing to put his life at risk to save somebody else. So as we roast him, we do have to remember what an outstanding man he has been, not only to the youth, but to anybody who's come in touch with him. And our next person is that Chris Irvin. Chris, are you ready? Chris, Doctor, are you ready? If we can get you up here, maybe you'll stop talking. We're not putting you up here yet, but Councilwoman Cotton, Cousin Cotton, can you keep that volume down back there with Irvin and them guys at that back table? You're loud. I ain't never made the other guys.
No, my fault.
It's the Neos. All right, well then the Neos need to shut up and be quiet. I'm older than all you guys, so I can say that, right? Fraternity brothers, Brother Clarence Bozeman. Brother Bozeman. Come on, Bozeman. And anybody here from BG? We got any BG in the house? Where BG at? There we go. Good evening.
I don't really know why Anthony asked me to be on his program. I am a very good comedian. In fact, 50 years ago, I used to work at a club in East Orange and Orange, where I was paid to wait until the patrons put their glass up to their lips, and then I would deliver the punchline, and they would spit all over the place. And the establishment was making more money. But I've been knowing Anthony for about 30 plus years. And over the years, I do have some funny anecdotes at the end. But right now, it's kind of hard for me to be funny all the time because I believe that we are related. I met Anthony about at least 30 some odd years ago, as I said. He used to come to parties that I used to produce for high school, college students when they came home for Thanksgiving break. We would have these parties that Friday after Thanksgiving. And Anthony would show up, and I didn't really know him then, but after a while, I found out that he went to James also. an omega. But I also found out that he was from Trinidad, and my best friend was from Trinidad. And in 1974, I had to go to Trinidad for my line brother's third wedding. I was the best man at his third wedding. And we were down by the Savannah. Looking at the array of different women because of the mixtures of all the people in Trinidad. And a little fella came up to me and he wanted to sell me some little green things that look like grape tops. And I was saying, well, why should I buy that from you? Because I see that tree right over there in the Savannah. They got them right there. And well, there was an exchange. And he looked like Anthony. So I did buy them from him. And but as time went on, when we came to the United States, I met his wife years before he met his wife. I knew his wife when she was about 5 years old. Then there was another connection, not just the Trinidad connection, but in the 30 years that I have known Anthony, 30 plus years, there's not one time that I have called him and said, come, I want you to do something, and he did not come. I have no other friends like that. I do have 2 other friends like that, but that's very rare. That's very rare. Okay, so since this is supposed to be a rose, but I have a cousin that looks like him. Now, his ancestorship was in Trinidad. My ancestorship came to the United States, and the master, that was my great-great-grandmother, so we don't have the same complexion. Now, Anthony has a feature. I had a girlfriend when I was a freshman in college. She was darker than Anthony. My friends used to call her Captain Midnight. They said, oh, when you coming across the quad, have Captain Midnight smile so we know you're with you. At homecoming, we stay in the dark. And we tell Anthony, smile so you know we're with y'all. Okay? And everybody alludes to these things. He's not married anymore, so I can allude to something about his so-called sexual prowess.
Wow.
Other than Omega by the Sea, there's this other festival for Beta Gamma Chapter, the oldest HBCU in the United States that was recognized by the Commonwealth. We, in the 60s, 50s and 60s, the Beta Gamma Chapter, we had a fair in Atlantic City called Omega by the Sea. From Omega by the Sea, you had the Greek picnics and all these other festivals and things like that. And one of the things we have now, Fish will attest to this, his chapter has something in Harrisburg, which is Mardi Gras, which people come from all over the United States to Harrisburg Mardi Gras. One year, my room was next to Anthony's room. And all through the night, I hear all this noise. Then it get quiet for a minute, an hour later, I hear more noise. Quiet for a minute, an hour later, I hear more noise. So, in the daytime, he comes out smiling and beaming. And he said, did you hear all that noise in my room? I said, yeah, I heard everything. I heard every word. He said, was the little girl screaming? I said, yeah, they were screaming. I said, yeah, they were screaming. Get off me, I can't breathe. Thank you very much.
Brother Boulder, you supposed to drop the mic right now. Drop the mic. Any brothers ever road trip with Ebony? Any road, you know the road trip stories with Ebony? Okay. You know go to road, yeah. So we got some great road trip that cannot be shared with you tonight, but it will be in the uncut version at another time. But one of my best was, early on, we took one of the young brothers with us down to DC. And the brother is so confident. Like I said, we're in DC, and we're at a conference and everything. We made the young guy drive all the way down there. We didn't do anything. We get there, and when we get to the hotel, we, unpack and everything. And I saw these real fancy underwear. I said, damn, did my wife drop her underwear in my bag? What was going on? And I look, and that goes, no, those are mine. Those are French cut. This is how we on the everything, and everybody just kept moving on like, okay, that's Ebony, he got some fancy underwear. I don't know that. But at this time, Jason, you ready for us? We have a slide. Young Cornish, get them to turn the lights down for us. We're going to do a slide presentation. To it, but we have another good brother from BG, Brother Bernard Fisher. Beta chapter, we are beta chapter now. All right, there you go. Another one of those beats from beta chapter comes out, Brother Fisher.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me? All right, have a good night. I didn't grow up with Anthony. I had the fortune to meet Anthony in Old Philadelphia when he got out of college. I think it was one of his first. Can I have your attention? Yo, neophytes. Yo, brothers. Hold on for a second. What you really got to say about it?
Yo, be quiet, man.
Thank you, Anthony. I met Anthony when he got out of college. One of his first jobs in North Philadelphia. And he was a substance abuse counselor in an inpatient program in North Philadelphia. And one day someone came to me. I had been working there a few years. And someone came to me and mentioned that one of my fraternity brothers, a young guy, was working downstairs on the first floor. So I went downstairs to meet him, and I challenged him and he had the right answers. So we started doing things together. The thing about it is, I met Anthony, and I thought we were going to be real cool because we're both members of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, the greatest fraternity in all the world. But shortly after meeting Anthony, I introduced him to my brothers, and I introduced my youngest brother, James, around Anthony's age. And Anthony kicked me to the curb and started hanging out with James. I never saw him again too much after that. But and all joking aside, I can't tell a lot of stories about Anthony because I didn't grow up with him. But what I can say about him is that he's
very good person, a sincere friend. He's a person who understands that a setback is just a setup to come back and do better. And in light of the testimonies tonight, where people have known Anthony ever since he's been a young buck, when he was an arrogant young guy playing football for coach, thought he was the most wonderful football player. All the many things I know over the years he talked to me about, and he's been doing with the youth here in Paterson. And I'm just so glad to know him as a friend. He's more thrilled to know him as a fraternity brother. I've been to Lakeside Park for 52 years now, and Ebby and I have been very close ever since then. Now, I'm not a funny person. Ebby says that I am funny at times, but one of his chapter brothers, Brother John Wesley Gumby, made a gamma, 1968, and mentioned I should tell this joke because, you know, people talk about complexions and everything, but Brother Gumby said I should tell this joke. He said that Ebony is so dark that he can swim in tar and leave the street. And that's not for me, that's from his chapter. But nonetheless, I'm just so grateful to have him and call him a friend. Ebony has been to all of my family events in South Jersey, my father's funeral, matter of fact, he spoke at my father's funeral, my mother's funeral, my brother's funeral. He's been in all the milestones since I've known him, since 1991. He's a great friend. He even calls me at 3 o'clock in the morning when he'll come up, because he's working overnight. But nonetheless, I'm just so glad to be here, and I'm glad to call him a friend. And in closing, I'll just use a phrase that I used to use when we did substance abuse counseling, and it talks about different things that people strive for. And people want to be famous, they want to be popular, they want to have money. But the phrase goes like this: fame is a vapor, like a puff of smoke. Popularity is an accident, and money takes wing. The only thing that endures in life is character. And Anthony Jones, Anthony Davis, my good friend, is a brother of character. I love him, and thank you so much for asking me.
All right, we think we got the video going. We ready, guys? Here we go, and now we have Mrs. Rhonda Glaze. Can we turn the lights down a little bit, the house lights?
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Glaze, and I was college sweethearts. We met in college at Trinity University. Everything used to work in the snack bar, and my roommate and I would come here from time to time and get a whole slice of pizza. One day we came in, came to our table and introduced himself, inquiring, asking about us. We introduced ourselves, and he was mostly interested in me. So the conversation went on, and then things just took off from there, and the relationship blossomed, and we just eventually fell in love. We even coined our relationship Sydney and Diane. He was my city quarter, and I was his Diane. When the time came, I graduated, and we still there. I graduated, and we came back to my hometown in Maryland. But we stayed in touch, and I had visited him a couple of times, and even met with him. We visited his sister Millie and her family in Virginia. And so the life happens that time as I was. I decided to pursue out in California. I went to LA and stayed there. Didn't stay too long, maybe a couple of months, and then eventually I came to Atlanta, and I've been here ever since. And the ironic thing is that Becky and I just reconnected. Just reconnected about a couple of months ago. After all these years, he and I reconnected a couple of months ago through Facebook. I just happened to be on Facebook, because I had got a notification from someone that's a friend of mine through Facebook Messenger, and I was, going in there to check the message. There was another, notification here that had all these messages from people that I wasn't friends with. So usually I, didn't fool with that because I'm like, I don't know these people, but then I recognized some of the names and realized that we just weren't friends, that they could reach out to me. So I was scrolling down the list, and lo and behold, there was Eddie's name. And my mouth dropped. I'm like, oh my God. So I read the message, and he was like, hey, he was coming out here, and we're giving a call, and he was listening. This was back in 2019 when he had reached out to me. And this is in 2019. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I immediately called him, I got a voicemail, I left him a message, and then I replied to his Facebook messenger. 2 minutes later, he called me back. And we talked for a good while, and I was caught up on our life experiences. He shared with me all that he had gone through, and wow, it really, some of us in the children that he had gone through, especially some of the trials that he had gone through, and he had gone through that, and I wasn't ready to do it for him during those times. That really pained me, but everyone should know that I was so grateful that we have been connected. I'm so grateful to know that God has brought you through the trials that you face, that you do. I'm just so grateful that you are in a good place and you have something. And my friend wants you to know that God is not doing it yet. There is still so much more. Anybody else want fish? And I pray for you. So I just want to hey, everybody, you know me. I'm a friend of you. It would be right for me to get off here without saying prayers to you before I go off. So when you pray for me, I can also Father. In the name of Jesus, thank you for your thank you, Father God, for this occasion. We are going to go and bring the Jesus inside. Father, we thank you for
exotic dancer. And a lot of people don't know about those days. Can we talk about exotic? He wasn't too shy about that, but he was actually the first person who came up with the term sexual chocolate. And he would oil himself down and wear that little French cut underwear. And his college sweetheart. Who is that girl? Who is that? We gotta leave that alone. Earl Carter, don't get any food in your mouth. EKG, come on up. Here with us, Earl Carr, who was with the Caribbean Empowerment Organization, but also a former school board member here in the city of Paterson. Let's hear it from Mr. Carr. Mr. Carr.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I don't have much to say about Ebony in terms of his early years, because I did not go to school with Ebony. So by the time I got around to Ebony, he was already a spirit-filled, baptized person. No funny jokes to say about it. He was already on his way, mature and spirit-filled. I knew Anthony about 30 plus years now. It's quite a while. And Anthony, during my time of knowing him, I've gone through some ups and downs and a wrong turn and back around. What strikes me about him is his ability to always take himself up off the ground and come back. A spirit of resilience. He also struck me as someone who has a heart for children. And that is something that is lacking in our society today. Everybody wants to exploit those who are exploitable. We want to use kids to launch ourselves into situations where we are not intending to help them. But Anthony was completely different in terms of his mindset towards kids. I saw Anthony taking kids to college tours to make sure that they get the kind of education that they are able to come back to their communities and serve their communities with distinction. These are some of the things that make me respect this young man and make me call him a friend. Anthony, you have impacted my life. You have impacted lives of those people around us. I remember when you came to the Caribbean Empowerment Program. Now, you might not know this about Anthony. He was our treasurer in the Caribbean Empowerment Program. And what that means, when you have functions and you need to sell tickets to make it a success, that excuse Anthony from selling any tickets. You give him 10 tickets and you know at the end of the function, a day before the function, you know, I still have the tickets, I was unable to sell the tickets. So, these are some of the things that intrigues me about it. But Anthony, you have really impacted my life. You have impacted the lives of many of us who are from the Caribbean. And I know you always wear the Trinity logo on your chest. And that's very, very nice thing. As a Jamaican, I feel proud of you for your successes and what you have done to your community. So tonight, I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate the things that you represent. I want to celebrate you for the life that you have lived. May God continue to make you an instrument of His peace.
Let's hear it again for Commissioner Carr.